Namibia just shocked the world. Its brand new president didn't waste time with promises or symbolic handshakes. Instead, she cut down her government, reclaimed control of her country's wealth, and even ordered the deportation of hundreds of foreigners, including more than 500 Americans accused of breaking immigration laws. Some call it bold leadership. Others call it dangerous. But one thing is clear. The world is now paying attention to Namibia like never before. Her name is Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, Namibia's first female president and one of the most powerful women in African politics today. Her rise to the top wasn't sudden. She spent decades in public service, often working quietly in the background, before finally stepping into the spotlight. But once she took office, there was no hesitation. No time wasted. Her first act was to slash the size of the government. For years, Namibia had more ministries than it could manage, overlapping offices, endless bureaucracy, and officials who were more focused on perks than performance. By reducing ministries from 21 to 14, she made a clear statement: the government exists to serve the people, not itself. It was a risky move. Many powerful figures lost influence overnight. But ordinary Namibians applauded her courage. She spoke of their frustrations out loud. The time for empty speeches is over. The people want action. And action is exactly what she delivered. She launched a $4.9 billion job creation plan, aiming to generate 250,000 jobs in just 5 years. In a country where youth unemployment often pushes young people into despair, this plan isn't just about economics, it's about restoring hope. The focus is on infrastructure, manufacturing, and renewable energy. Roads to link rural communities to markets, factories to turn raw materials into finished goods, and investments in green hydrogen, a futuristic energy sector that could make Namibia a pioneer not just in Africa, but globally. But here's the catch. Foreign investors are welcome, but only if they bring real benefits. That means local jobs, local training, and local value. No more fly in, fly out deals where foreigners take resources and leave crumbs behind. Her approach mirrors a growing African movement, one that says Africa's resources should first serve Africans. And to prove her seriousness, she brought Namibia's oil and gas sector under the direct control, pocketing millions. She even pushed for a domestic oil refinery, because as she argues, why should Namibia ship raw oil abroad only to buy back expensive fuel? This resource nationalism has scared some investors, but it has electrified citizens across the continent. For decades, Africans have watched their gold, diamonds, uranium, and oil enrich others while their own communities remain poor. Now, Namibia is saying, those days are ending. But perhaps the boldest and most controversial move came when she enforced immigration laws against foreigners, including over 500 U.S. nationals accused of overstaying their visas or breaking residency rules. For many Africans, this was shocking. Deportations in Africa usually target other Africans, not powerful Western nationals. But Nandi-Ndaitwah made it clear, no country is above the law. And no person is above our sovereignty. She reminded the world of a simple truth. Africans abroad face strict immigration rules every day. They are detained, deported, or even banned for minor paperwork errors. So why should foreigners in Africa expect special treatment? This decision sent ripples through diplomatic circles. Embassies scrambled, businesses worried, and analysts warned of a diplomatic fallout. But for many Africans, it was a powerful moment of dignity. Namibia was no longer playing small. Her leadership also draws strength from history. Namibia is still scarred by one of the darkest chapters of colonial rule. Between 1904 and 1908, German colonial forces carried out a genocide against the Herero and Nama people, wiping out nearly 80% of their population. To this day, Germany has avoided full reparations. While past leaders accepted partial agreements, Nandi-Ndaitwah is demanding justice. She insists that true reconciliation requires real accountability. In her view, reparations are not about money alone, they are about dignity, about closing a wound that has remained open for over a century. And that's not all. She is also reshaping agriculture, determined to cut food imports by 80% before 2030. Namibia, a country with vast land but harsh deserts, has always depended heavily on imports. But under her plan, farming is no longer just about survival. It's about food sovereignty. Large mechanized farms, youth training programs, and incentives for farmers are designed to make Namibia feed itself first. Even in politics, she is rewriting the script. Instead of rewarding only loyalists, she has filled her cabinet with technocrats, grassroots leaders, and women. By appointing Lucia Witbooi as vice president, she signaled a new era of inclusive leadership. Power is no longer concentrated in a few elite families. It is being shared. This is why her presidency feels so different. It isn't just about policies. It's about a vision of a lean government that delivers results. A vision of an economy where resources serve citizens first. A vision of a country where laws apply to everyone equally. And a vision of an Africa that no longer asks for permission to define its own destiny. Other African nations are watching closely. Leaders in East Africa have already expressed interest in Namibia's green hydrogen model. Civil society groups in West Africa are sharing her speeches. And across social media, young Africans are asking, if Namibia can do this, why can't we? But there are risks. Foreign investors could pull out. Western powers might apply pressure. And change this fast always creates enemies at home. Already, whispers of resistance are growing among elites who lost their privileges. Yet, if her vision succeeds, Namibia could become a model for the entire continent, proving that sovereignty and development are not just dreams, but real choices. And maybe that's why her leadership feels historic. Because at its core, it isn't just about Namibia. It's about the question every African nation faces today. Do we continue the old path of dependence, or do we finally take full control of our future? What do you think? Is Namibia's new president setting a powerful example for Africa, or is she taking risks that could backfire? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe Africa's story deserves to be heard, make sure to like this video, share it widely, and subscribe for more stories that challenge the way the world sees Africa.